Hey everybody, we're not shooting from the studio today. We're going to be shooting, well, from our office. Want to remind you, if you haven't gotten to our March Madness pool, it's free. All you have to do is click this banner right over there. You sign up, you don't need to be a basketball fan, you simply click through, and the winner of the pool is either going to have me and Frank fly out to your place on our dime and shoot a show from your location, or we will do a cover story on you and your company. So give it a shot. It's kind of cool. I think we've got a couple hundred people right now who are doing this. We'd like to see that number grow.
One thing is you have to have it done by noon Eastern today to make the cut. If you later than that, you don't. Just, today is St. Patrick's Day. You realize it's 5 years ago today that our studio got robbed.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that something?
We don't have 12 bottles of Jameson.
No, we'll put that picture up, though, so you can see that's
cool.
This is how it looked the day before we got robbed in our office.
With that said, happy St. Patrick's Day, and do yourself a favor and download the Pogues. Now, that's a band. They're Irish and they're wonderful. And get yourself a bottle of Jameson and go ahead and make some questionable decisions because you know what? You've earned it. And if anyone's made some questionable decisions, great segue here, it's the mortgage company W.J. Bradley. Douchebags. By the way, if you were employed by W.J. Bradley or have a loan with W.J. Bradley, get 2 bottles because you're going to need them.
Here's our point. If you work with a W.J. Bradley loan officer, give them a break, Matt, okay? They got dealt a terrible hand, and they're collectively working to right a wrong that was beset upon those guys. Now, here's what we've heard from W.J. Bradley loan officers, and it hasn't been subject to verification, so take it with a grain of salt for right now. What we can tell you is that this is what they've been told and what they believe. Not all of W.J. Bradley loan officers, but the ones that we've had a chance to speak with.
As of late last week, W.J. Bradley loan officers heard that they lost their jumbo lines, but not to worry, as the company was looking to merge with another mortgage company in Michigan. It was going to take them from 2 mid-sized companies to 1 large company.
Okay, that sounds cool. Well, no merger went down, and it's now believed that perhaps more than just mortgage lines were lost. Why?
Well, what happened was W.J. Bradley was adopting Encompass at the same time they were integrating TRID.
Okay.
Now, if you know anything about Encompass and TRID, let's put it this way. A Novocaine-free root canal would sound like a better option.
Absolutely. And as a result, their turn times went from the 20s to the 40s. In one scenario, we've been told that back in December, drawing doc was taking upwards of 7 days once the file was cleared.
Well, you can imagine the loan officers at W.J. Bradley didn't like that, and so they basically took off. W.J. Bradley lost a number of high-producing loan officers, and they took that production with them.
Yeah, and at this point, as our W.J. Bradley source was told, their funding lines got spooked and shut them down. We're told that it was Chase.
To boot, at the same time, W.J. Bradley was unable to move loans off their warehouse lines, which, by the way, is systemic across the industry right now. It's not isolated to WJB, but we've heard a bunch of this type of stuff.
And not being able to move loans off your lines is pretty much the kiss of death to small and medium-sized banking operations. So it can cost enormous amounts of money and limit your ability to continue lending. In short, you pay out and you don't bring in.
So somewhere over the past few days, W.J. Bradley said, "We're done," and they closed down shop without any prior notice to their loan officers. Hence, douchebag.
It is kind of rude to do that. So, no notice, that sucks. But maybe W.J. Bradley was working toward a solution to the last second, and then they just had to pull the cord. But here's the problem. There's hundreds of loans that are currently sitting in limbo. Loans that at best will close late. At worst, they're going to fail completely. So people, they're really scrambling right now.
And the biggest issue is, and again, this was what we've been told from within W.J. Bradley, but have not and cannot verify, but W.J. Bradley not only closed up shop, but they shut down the emails of these loan officers, they locked out access to ongoing files, and they did this without making any type of notice to the unsuspecting consumers. Now, if there's ever a case for consumer protection, it would be with WJB right now, don't you think?
Yeah. So there's clients and realtors that are sitting on a powder keg right now that are ready to explode, and they just don't even know it.
So what we've done is we set up a bulletin board. If you or your company wants to reach out to WJB loan officers, processors, doc preppers, underwriters, really everybody, that type of thing, put your information in along with your contact information on the board. And if you're a former WJB employee, share this around. Perhaps you'll find solutions to some of the problems that you have. And by the way, WJB loan officers, feel free to contact us if you have any questions, and we might be able to point you in the right direction.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't add that while speaking to the W.J. Bradley loan officers, their biggest concern was for their clients and ensuring that they're doing everything they can do to remedy the situation. I mean, they're a bunch of good folks who get dealt a really crappy hand, so they'll recover and they'll move on, but in the short term, if you have a relationship with the W.J. Bradley loan officer, stick with them, as this will pass.
You know, and one of the companies we know that would certainly entertain speaking with WJB loan officers, a great one, is going to be
Geneva.
Geneva would be a good one. So
that's right. They're looking for you. Their banner's on the right. Give them a shout, guys.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Good luck out there.
Bye.
Bye.